Hello, today is Wednesday, 30th of May, 2012. This will be the final video for today. Look at a comparison within silver and gold within the tops that were established last year in comparison to the 2008 move. I got two charts plotted together. I did this very quickly, and the way I'm working this out is I'm taking the 2008 prices and multiplying by 2 1/3. It's the simplest way for me to do it. And the reason why I'm multiplying it by 2 1/3 is the high in 2011 for silver was very close to 50, and I got 49.81, and it's give or take a couple pennies, no big deal. And 21.35 was the high in 2008. If you divide those two numbers together, you'll get 2 1/3. So therefore, this will give me a very good comparison within the price movements. So during the run-up to the tops in both 2008 and 2011, very similar sort of patterns as they had an uptrend, very small price consolidation, and then a large run-up towards its top. And from that point on, it continued to compare very close as it had its down move. The difference was the down move that occurred in 2008 was not as harsh as it was last year, because the area where it found support in 08 was the area where it found resistance last year. It did manage to meet up around what would be the same time and then crash in and around the same level. However, it only took a few months to go from the 21 1/3 level to the 8 1/2 level, which would be like going from 50 down to around 20 today, which is another reason why that's a very significant level. And of course, the main thing was the whole time issue. It's been 13 months now since the price action of silver has been in its top, and still no signs yet of it turning around. And yeah, so let's now move this on to gold. The gold topped at a different time frame. Gold topped in the September, I believe, of last year, where silver topped in April. And the difference from the 2011 gold top and the 2008 gold top is about 1.86, as gold was just a little under 2,000 last year, 1920 or so, and gold was just a little over 1,000 in 08, around 1030. But the price action would bring us down to the equivalency of about 1250, if of course it is to go down towards its same decline as it did before. However, look at the difference within this major decline and this very slow but sure decline. Big difference. For if you look at how fast it would take, it only took about like 4 or 5 days to go from point A to point B, which has obviously now been taking 3 months to get towards that level. So just a quick little comparison, take it for what you will. And now let's move on to economy. And just imagine we had a few choices, like a voting system, if you will, to decide what kind of economy people would want. You could choose between a fiat empire, where we have what we have today, regular banks and central banks creating loans to regular banks and corporations or countries, same thing, I guess. And then they loan out the currency that they create at interest, and the banks will take that and loan it out to all of you, guarantee that we have a debt-based system, and do it in an unhonest method. So you can choose between that, or you can choose between some sort of honest capitalistic society. You could choose between a resource-based economy, and I put other in there because there might be something else that could work, but I can't think of one offhand, but I'll give the benefit of the doubt for something else that could work. Or not work, but something else. Now, what would be interesting is if they decided to put a vote like this and explain, not really in such a simplistic term, but yeah, a simplistic but a accurate and easy to understand of what each one of these means. How many people would support a fiat empire, knowing how it works and what it does? Because quite frankly, I would personally vote for number 3, but I have no problem participating in number 2. I have major problems in participating in number 1. And I guess if people decided to take number 1, but really didn't understand what it would mean, well, that would be just one screwed up world now, wouldn't it? Now, as far as the definition of economy is concerned, careful, thrifty management of resources, such as money, materials, or labor. Now, we'll hear stuff about economy as far as things like gross domestic product and all that kind of mumbo jumbo. But in reality, if we look at how the world is managing the resources that we have on this planet, resources that we can create, just like when you paint and you mix paints together, you create cool different colors. Well, when you mix resources together, you create different new resources or different kinds of resources. And how well is the human species doing at such a level right now? Because an example is something like spending. What I don't like hearing when you talk about spending is the word dollars. I would rather hear about what resources were used in creating something. So how much does it cost for something like, say, how much does an apple pie cost? There's a good one. Well, how many apples do you need? How much, all the different products, some cinnamon and all the different stuff that you put in it, those are the cost for an apple pie. And that's the way I look at it. And this is more of just an opinion video, or it's just something to do more than anything. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day.